Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's TP Talks webinar, which is all about driving agent and customer experience the Dropbox way. I am your moderator, Athena Karakhojiti, Executive Vice President and Customer Experience Strategist with the Teleperformance Group, and I am joined today by Lewis Taylor from Dropbox. Now, before we begin, I wanted to cover a few housekeeping items. There are several related resources available for you to download through the resources icon to the right of your screen. It's great material, so it's a perfect opportunity to do so. Now, this webinar is designed to be interactive, so you will see multiple icons at the bottom of your console for you to use. If you have any questions, for instance, as we'd love for you to interact with us, please submit them in the Q&A window just on the right of your screen. And you can do this at any time during the conversation. We will address the questions that you have during the designated Q&A session towards the end. And if you have any technical issues, which I really hope that you don't, please click on the help link. It's the box that looks like a question mark. And for any emails, we'd love to hear from you. So if you would like to reach out to us, just click on the email icon. So first things first, what is TP Talks? TP Talks is a series of 30-minute webinar segments designated to help you as curators of your customer experience. You will hear best practices, big trends, innovation, and real-world success stories from people just like yourself, so look out for our sessions. Now, a little bit about Teleperformance, your host for today's webcast. Teleperformance is the agile business services partner that helps companies in the digital transformation process. Presence in over 80 countries and more than 330,000 employees worldwide, we manage billions of transactions every year and serve as a strategic partner to the world's leading brands like yourselves by providing customer experience management, back office services, knowledge services, and collection solutions. Teleperformance does this through its SaaS platform and combining with high tech and high touch with Lean Six Sigma disciplines. Teleperformance can help make each interaction simpler, faster, safer, and of course, more cost effective. Now, just taking a look at awards and recognitions, just to give you an idea, we are very proud of the awards we win and the recognition we get from industry bodies like the Great Place to Work and in various leadership quadrants published by industry analysts. Now, we are also very proud of the recognition we receive by many of our clients for the ability to help curate their customer experience and making a palpable difference to their brand, which is what reflects in the manifestation of our mission as well. So now getting to Lewis, I would like to introduce you to our featured guest speaker, Lewis Taylor. Lewis, the global head of support for Dropbox. His operational team spread across the globe with the operational challenge to provide end-to-end customer experience for over 500 million customers worldwide. Now, Lewis has been instrumental in shaping Dropbox into an organization known not just for a great product, but also a customer experience first company. So welcome, Lewis.
Thank you all. Happy and excited to be here today.
Thank you. Now, I know Dropbox has improved its customer effort scores significantly over the years, and you give credit to a series of bold decisions that have been taken, from committing to a customer centricity mindset across the organization, re-strategizing, and just aligning with others within Dropbox, as well as externally with vendors like ourselves, to enabling a customer experience that focuses on agents who are not only happier, they feel more vested and are just empowered. So it has been quite a journey since you joined over. And I'm so excited to learn more from you, and I'm sure the audience is as well.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here and really excited to just share the journey we've been on and really expand on our continued growth as a partner. So looking forward to today. Please shout out your questions.
Cool. Cool. Okay. So to kick off our conversation, just let us understand a little bit about what you did to extend this customer centricity mindset across the organization. I mean, I absolutely loved the way you summarized the customer journey, where you believe that it starts and it ends with us. So can you share your insights on how you see customer support impacting the customer journey?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I want to talk about this in a couple of different phases, so feel free to shut me up if I start to babble, because as you know, I'm really passionate about this. But when we think about the customer experience, it is not just what the customer is going through when they need support. It starts at the very beginning when a customer buys our product. One.
Mm-hmm.
Two, it then amplifies itself when a customer has to actually engage support. And I like to think of that as, okay, I'm someone now and I have a problem and I'm going to dial 911. And that's how we like to look at that. And three, we like to think about it from the customer's lens and make it personal for them. Four, we always look at how we're enabling our agents to make a better experience. And that's through being customer-centric, focused, and or providing the best feedback from the customer. So we're constantly gathering information from our customers that help us evolve and fine-tune things along the way. And it's never a one-stop shop. It's never we've perfected something and it's done. As most folks will realize, customer experience is an never-ending journey. And we try to take that very seriously. So when we're looking at things, we're looking at it from an approach of everyone in the company owns the customer journey, and everyone in the company is a part of the customer experience. And how do we make that better? And we even start with all of our executives have to come and spend a rotation in teleperformance in Greece to actually engage with agents and understand what customers are saying and seeing the problems and watching agents actually engage with customers. And right. Starting at the top, starting at the top and working our way down, that means the organization is truly vested in our customer experience and our customer journey.
Yeah, that's really great. I remember those visits and how everyone was just so very much involved, and coming in with just the mindset of coming in to shadow and sit next to our agents and leading with this list of what Dropbox could do to help make the agent experience and the customer experience the best it can possibly be. So how did you go about that? I mean, how is it that internally, I mean, you must be aligning between the functional groups, because I remember seeing IT, HR, even legal, security, marketing. I mean, I remember all of the VPs just like marching in, and it was just a really great experience. So how did you go about organizing all of that?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the first things we wanted to do is establish as a company that we're going to be customer first. So with that, I sat down with all the executives in the company and we talk about like, what do we want our approach to be? We emphasize and we heavily emphasize that you need to come and spend some time with our frontline folks to see how they engage with customers, to hear customer feedback, to see questions that customers are asking about the product in addition to the features that already exist, to focus in on some of the true experience gaps that we have. And I'm proud to say we've closed a lot of those simply because we're a customer-focused organization now. It is not just about producing a great product. We're actually thinking about the journey along the way, from the product to how the customers use it, and living and meeting the customer where they're at in the product today.
Yeah, amazing. And how do you think, I mean, over the years, how do you think that this has changed the way that support agents interact with customers, and what makes them successful?
Yeah, so first, I like to start with my thought process around support. So one of the things we needed to reestablish when I first got here is I don't think of our support agents, whether they're in-house or with teleperformance, any different. One. Two, the quickest way to kind of drag your nails across the chalkboard for me is to call our agents a call center. We should think of it as a center of excellence and more of a support center. With that mindset, it kind of shifts the thought process away from there's this outsourced organization or there's this in-house group of agents that are supporting customers that stand off by themselves. Then it brings everyone to the same mindset that this is a center of excellence where we're going to provide customer-centric support, and we're going to meet customers where they're at in the product today. And how we did that is we take a look at not just the customer experience itself and the customer journey end to end. We also take a look at what we call the agent journey as well. Like, how hard is it for an agent to support customers? What does it mean when they get certain types of issues? How can we help them accelerate the way they kind of support customers and meet customers where they live? And we do that a couple of ways. One, we have an extensive training program. One, we do customer centricity training across all of our agents, whether they're with Teleperformance or whether they're in-house agents as well. And we think of our agents as one and the same, whether it's in-house or our agents in Teleperformance today. And we build a culture where if you walked into our support organization today in Teleperformance, you'd swear you walked into a Dropbox office. The culture is exactly the same, and we try to maintain that. And when we do that, you see that resonate across our customer base as well.
Great. Yeah. I mean, the center is in Athens is absolutely amazing. So, you indicated that it was crucial, like, to build relationships and align with others within the organization, as well as with us as your partners. So how important is this partnership to you? And how have you jointly aligned with partners like us on, like, the training essence and the agent enablement and customer centricity? So if you just take a look through memory lane and go from start to where we started and where we are today, for instance.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is the really exciting part about our journey thus far is how evolved our partnership has become. Today, as when we have new product features and new launches, we think of it's always an agent-first approach. And we partner heavily with the Teleperformance organization, including we release that training to them early. We allow them to provide feedback on it. We allow our agents to provide feedback on that training as well, to the tune that we sometimes tweak and change things so that it's more efficient for agents to look at it. It enables them in a better way to support the product. What I love about our partnership, though, is our ability to be flexible. We can scale up and down as we need it. We can introduce new features and changes to the product and our support vehicle relatively quickly. And that's all due to the partnership. We meet frequently. We think of our metrics as their metrics and vice versa. We talk through the same language when we're talking about our customers, when we're talking about support, when we're talking about the issues that customers are facing. And one of the things we did that was really key for us is our agents can provide direct feedback to our product folks. So we take that information and we can provide it directly back to our product folks. So it's deemed as one movement where we can take feedback from customers, give it directly into the hand of the product folks that are actually making the changes in our product.
All right, great. Yeah, that's been evident, and I've been a witness of that over the years. So, I mean, I know you've been a strong proponent of, setting up agents for success. I mean, clearly over this discussion we've been having during this TP Talk session, and this is key to decreasing customer effort. So can you share with the audience today how you are doing that at Dropbox and how this has impacted the overall customer effort score and the journey in that respect?
Absolutely. So first and foremost, when we're thinking about releasing something new and we're going to interject that into the support vehicle, one of the things we think about is, one, the customer experience, but even larger is the agent experience and agent enablement. So we'll send folks to Teleperformance, sit with agents, get direct feedback on new features, new launches, how it's going to impact customers, what does it look like to support customers, and what systems and tools may have gaps that we need to augment on or we need to build on or refine. And we collect that information, we take it, and we actually action on that. And that's a big thing for us. We love getting feedback from whether it's in-house or our agents in teleperformance. We see them as one. So we love getting feedback from agents, and it helps us evolve that machine so that we're always thinking customer first and how do we enable our agents to be more effective. Now, we've done that through a couple of means. We've introduced tools and systems that allow agents to be more effective. We've introduced technology into our platform that has allowed agents to be more effective and allow customers to have a better experience when they start the journey with us as well.
Great. And I mean, you mentioned that your priority is reducing customer effort, right? So do you really think that you're there yet? I mean, and if you are, what kind of impact have you seen with decreasing customer effort? I mean, do you think that there's still more room?
Yeah, absolutely. So the thing about customer experience, customer effort, customer support, and customers in general, especially in the climate we're in today, is it's never good enough. So there's always widgets to tweak. There is always the next thing to look at. And even when you look at that next thing, when customers adapt to that, they want more. So we're always looking at how do we make that experience better? How do we take the gaps out of things that customers might be experiencing? And the number one thing that we're trying to do is meet customers where they live in the product. Through agent enablement, we try to identify when a customer engages with us, they're probably experiencing this problem. So let's try to proactively meet them where they're at. Let's not have them repeat themselves 10 times to get the answer and get things solved. So we do that through a couple of things. One, our agents are really intuitive and know the product really well. There's systems and tools that help them along the way as well. And when agents do engage us and engage customers, we think of it as I'm in the customer's shoes now, and they make it personal. Like, how do we personally help this customer along the way? And we push aside the, hey, I need to cycle through this really quickly. And it's more around what is it going to take to make this customer happy, and not just make them happy, but make them comfortable with the product. So we have this phrase, and next, and then, meaning I've helped you with this problem. And also, did you know you could be using X a little better? So we try to take that stance of we want to be in the customer's shoes and walking in their shoes the whole time.
Perfect. So it looks like we got a few questions from the audience. Just one. So just wanted to add that in here now since it came in. So the question is, can you share your journey through product mindset with frontline experience, and what are the challenges and lessons learned? Absolutely.
So that is a good one, and I think it's key to some of the successes we've had. So we've developed processes and procedures where agents can provide real-time feedback into a system where we engage product directly. So if an agent sees something with a product, or we've heard 3 times from a customer on a specific issue, we can actually feed that information back directly into product with the exactly where it came from, the exact scenario of how it happened, so that our product and engineering folks can actually take a look at that and hopefully evolve where we're at in the product and make that experience even better. The key thing, though, is the relationships that we have with my support and experience organizations and with our engineering and product development group. So we meet with them frequently. They understand our mission of making that journey effortless for customers. And as we provide feedback, that's always considered in whatever we're doing from a product perspective.
Okay. So So I guess we can move to the rest of the questions then. So I know we've had several come in during the registration process and during the webinar as well. So I'm going to start throwing these out there so that we can answer as many as possible. But for those that we do not get to, everyone, we will answer these and we'll email the responses back to you. So in case we don't think that we have forgotten you, because we have not. So I'll just go to one of the questions here. How could agents always be empowered in a work-at-home situation?
Yeah, so that is something that we explored early on, even before the current state of where things are, where agents are working from home. So we empower our agents to make decisions for the best outcome for customers. And we've kind of transposed that to a different level, even based on just the landscape of the where we're at today in the world. So we encourage our agents to be, let's think first about how we solve the customer issue. And then if we need to go in the back end and process that information and escalate that up so that we're aware of certain things. But we'd like to take the customer first mentality, and we like our agents to be right in it with the customer. It also allows the agents to feel like, okay, I'm empowered. I'm a part of the machine versus I'm someone on the outside looking in and having to ask permission to make decisions. We encourage our agents to be upfront with customers. We encourage them to take a look not just at the problem itself, but layers deeper than the problem. We also encourage them to be human and put themselves in the customer perspective and make it personal. And that's gone a long way with how our agents feel like they're empowered to be able to engage with customers and be able to meet them where they live.
Great. So a couple more questions here. They're coming in. So do you expect digital customer care like chatbots, social media, and virtual stores to completely change the way CSC works?
I don't. And admittedly, we use a lot of those. But we look at those as, one, enabling the customer to self-serve, two, giving customers more information up front so that they can better help us help them in the process. Three, we also use that technology to enable our agents to be more efficient to help customers. So I do think it's going to be more prevalent longer term, but I don't ever think there's going to be a point where you're not going to have that human touch or that human element supporting customers along the way.
Yeah, totally agree. To the next question then, have you seen an increase or decrease in perceived effort from customers during the COVID pandemic?
So this is a great question, and we look at this one and we think about this one a lot, and we talk about this one a lot. What we're seeing is kind of a mixed bag. We're seeing customers that are struggling in the business environment, and then we're seeing customers that are really kind of taking off and fostering. And we're seeing a mixed bag of where customers are really struggling from using the product or engaging us from a support perspective. Overall, though, I think customers are expecting more. And our view is, so most customers are at home now and they're using the product more than ever. And when they engage with us, they want real time. They want problems solved right away. They want things to be almost like in your face, meaning I want real time. I want that now support. And we've so far been able to meet customers where they're at through a mix of the human touch and a mix of the technology platforms that we use today. We've done a good job of giving customers what they want from a self-help perspective, because we use a lot of AI in the back end to determine trends and what customers ask us the most. Now, it doesn't mean they can't get an agent, but we try to help them self-solve up front. And a lot of customers come in if you can give them what they need up front, and they're just happier in the process.
Yeah, totally agree. So speaking of technology, I have a question here. What are some examples of the technology introduced to reduce agent and customer effort?
Okay, so without getting into our proprietary tools and systems, but we have tools and systems that feed information into agents today. We have a knowledge-based center that is, I would consider, world-class, where our agents can go in. I think the key, though, is we use a very agent-first integrated training program where our agents can dive into different topics if they feel like they need to go back and research certain things. We have process maps that agents can jump in anywhere they want to find specific problems. And then our systems and tools on the back end that integrate with our products are agent-first tools. And when we think about building those and the features we add there, the first thing we ask ourselves is this enabling our agents to be better support for our customers today?
There you go. Yeah, and this answers actually one of the other questions, which is, for new agents, what do you do to get them to proficiency quickly? And do you provide a script or process map which is structured? So I think you, yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. So I think we have a minute to go through a couple more questions here. So it was great to hear how you engage your teams to work on the front line to hear the customer journey firsthand. What tip would you give someone who wasn't high up in the company to engage the business to become more customer centric?
I would say data. Do the homework on the analytical parts of that. And I would break it into phases with customer feedback, meaning voice of the customer. What is the customer saying? The types of issues you're seeing in your support organization today, and categorize those with actual volumes and rank them. The other piece is the struggles your support agents may be having as it applies to the other two. Take all of that and we package that into a format that we can sit down with our product folks. I can sit down with leadership when I'm talking about scale. It helps with making sure my team is focused on the right things at the right time also. But the key is just data.
Right. Couldn't agree more. And I think there's just a couple more questions here. So as you have removed friction from the experience, have you seen a corresponding lift in your CSAT scores? Absolutely.
So over the course of 2 years, I'd say we've gotten to a point where we've almost doubled some of our scores from customer effort, CSAT. And those are all because we shifted to a mindset of customer first approach. When we sit in a room and we're talking about our customer journey and we're thinking about the support journey and the end-to-end customer experience, the first thing we ask ourselves is it good for the customer? As long as we're thinking that way, then the outcomes always align, whether it be the customer effort score, whether it be a CSAT score, whether it be first contact resolution as well. But the key things that we've done to kind of change our CSAT overall is our customer centricity approach. So we do consistent training with our agents about being customer centric and focusing on the customer and targeting the moment that matter for customers is key. And that moment that matter is usually the moment they're reaching out to you. But it probably means if they're reaching out to you, they have multiple moments that matter before that. So let's not just fix the issue they're talking about now. but let's focus on all of those moments that matter, and let's try to solve for those so that we prevent customers from having to reach out to us.
They're amazing insights. So I think we're just about up for time. So just a quick reminder that an on-demand version of today's TP Talk session will be made available in about 24 hours. And if you haven't already done so, you can download our resources. They are, again, available to you in the resource window to the right of your screen. I just wanted to take a minute to thank everyone. Thank you, Louis, for all of the information that you provided. It's been great. And thank you, everyone, for participating and attending our session. Stay safe and be well. Take good care. Bye-bye.
Yeah, my pleasure.